you ever wondered how Cadbury makes its distinctive dairy milk chocolate bars? Join us for a delightful voyage from bean to bar. The journey starts with sourcing the finest ingredients: rich cocoa beans, fresh full cream milk, and pure sugar. Cadbury collaborates with cocoa growers through its Cocoa Life program, which promotes fair salaries and environmentally friendly agricultural practices. Cocoa beans are hand-harvested at the peak of maturity to ensure they deliver the rich, subtle flavors required for premium chocolate. After collection, the beans are promptly fermented and dried to preserve their quality before being sent to processing companies. This precise attention kicks off the process of creating the rich chocolate foundation for each dairy milk bar. Cadbury Dairy Milk bars use milk, which is equally necessary. Cadbury sources fresh, full cream milk from surrounding dairy farms, which contributes to its particular taste. Every farmer adheres to strict quality criteria, from feed techniques to hygiene standards, to ensure that their milk remains fresh and nutrient diverse. Pure cane sugar is used for sweetness because of its natural flavor, rounding out the triad of essential ingredients. These three components work together to create the harmonious combination that characterizes Cadbury Dairy Milk as a global favorite. Cadbury works closely with its suppliers, employing stringent testing techniques for each raw ingredient to ensure consistency in flavor and quality. While the milk is tested for creaminess and nutritional value, the cocoa beans are evaluated for aroma, color, and fat content. Sugar providers also adhere to specific rules to ensure that the sweetness enhances rather than overwhelms the chocolate's taste identity. This meticulous attention to detail during the sourcing process ensures that each dairy milk bar retains its distinct taste and texture, which is adored by millions of people worldwide. After harvesting, cocoa beans undergo fermenting and drying to develop their characteristic rich and chocolatey flavors. Fermentation is a vital step that transforms raw cocoa beans into the delectable base of chocolate. The beans, still in their luscious pulp, are wrapped in banana leaves or stored in little wooden boxes. The pulp's natural sugars ferment for 5 to 7 days, creating heat and reducing bean bitterness. Workers turn the beans on a regular basis to ensure even fermentation. The aroma intensifies as the beans develop their distinct chocolatey flavor. The beans are dispersed in thin layers under the sun to dry once fermentation is finished. During the drying phase, their moisture content is reduced to around 7%, which is critical for preventing mold during transportation and storage. Staff regularly rakes the beans to ensure constant drying and to avoid clumping. Before they are packed into jute bags and shipped to Cadbury's processing plants, factories analyze random samples of dried beans for quality, seeking the optimum texture and flavor. These meticulous methods ensure that only the finest cocoa beans reach each dairy milk bar. The fermentation process is regularly monitored to ensure the proper balance of acidity and taste development. Temperature, humidity, and the covering material, wooden boxes or banana leaves, all have a significant impact on the end result. To ensure equal fermentation, which not only reduces bitterness but also increases the natural complexity of cocoa, competent farmers turn the beans at precise intervals. Once fermentation is complete, the beans are set out in sun-drenched drying sections, where continuous raking ensures that each bean dries consistently, sealing in its rich flavor and preparing for delivery to Cadbury's factories. The dried cocoa beans are carefully roasted to unlock their fullest flavor, then ground into a smooth, rich cocoa mass. Roasting is an essential step in chocolate production because it brings out the subtle flavors that are hidden within the beans. Large industrial roasters heat the beans between 120 degrees Celsius and 140 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit and 284 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 30 to 50 minutes. This precise temperature and length are rigorously controlled to provide the right combination of flavor and aroma, explicitly designed for Cadbury Dairy Milk's particular taste. The next stage makes it easier to extract the beans because their shells loosen during the process. After roasting, the beans are cracked open and the outer shells are removed from the nibs, which are the edible parts of the cocoa bean. The nibs are subsequently processed into a thick, rich paste known as cocoa mass or chocolate liqueur. This paste serves as the foundation for all chocolate products. Cadbury has mastered the grinding procedure to produce an extraordinarily smooth cocoa mass, ensuring the unmistakable velvety smoothness of each Dairy Milk chocolate. The roasting procedure is intended to highlight specific flavor attributes unique to Cadbury Dairy Milk. Deeper roasting emphasizes nutty and caramelized flavors, whereas light roasting emphasizes fruity and floral notes. The characteristics of each batch of cocoa beans determines the exact timing and temperature adjustments. Advanced winnowing machines effectively remove nibs from the shells after roasting, resulting in minimal waste. Modern grinders subsequently pulverize the nibs to create a smooth cocoa mass with a variety of consistency, which is what gives Cadbury its rich, chocolatey flavor. To create its distinctive creamy taste, Cadbury blends sugar, full cream milk, and cocoa mass, a mix that sets Dairy Milk apart. Cadbury's particular recipe calls for crumb making. Fresh full cream milk is first condensed to remove excess water and then combined with sugar to create a milk-sugar mixture. This is blended with affluent cocoa mass to make a substance called chocolate crumb. The crumb then dries to a powder-like consistency to make it easier to transport and store in the industrial industry. This process creates a characteristic caramelized flavor profile found solely in Cadbury's Dairy Milk. During manufacture, the chocolate crumb is rehydrated and melted back into a liquid state, resulting in its smooth and creamy texture. Temperature-controlled vats are utilized during this mixing stage to ensure that the components mix consistently and that any remaining particles break down, resulting in a consistent texture. Food experts continuously monitor milk, sugar, and cocoa mass ratios to maintain Cadbury Dairy Milk's distinct taste and ensure that each bar meets stringent quality standards. Cadbury employs a unique vacuum drying procedure throughout the crumb-making process to retain their natural richness while concentrating the flavors of milk, sugar, and cocoa mass. This method also slowly caramelizes the sugars, giving the crumb its distinct flavor that sets Cadbury Dairy Milk apart from the other chocolates. The dried crumb is then stored in sealed containers to preserve its freshness until ready for rehydration. This innovative method ensures a consistent flavor and allows Cadbury to expand production without jeopardizing the quality of its famous chocolate. Conching the chocolate mixture helps to deepen its flavor and improve its texture. Conching refers to the continuous temperature-controlled kneading of chocolate in a specific apparatus. This technique takes several hours and results in a smoother texture of the chocolate as any volatile acids evaporate, reducing unpleasant flavors. This results in a more balanced, richer taste profile that distinguishes Cadbury Dairy Milk. Conching reduces the particle size of the chocolate to as tiny as 20 microns, ensuring an ultra-smooth feel. The temperature and speed of the conching process are determined by the consistency of the chocolate. Larger batches may require a faster machine. Before the chocolate moves into the next stage, professionals regularly evaluate its viscosity and taste to ensure the perfect balance. Because of this meticulous attention to detail, each dairy chocolate has the smooth texture and rich flavor that Cadbury fans have come to expect and enjoy. The conching procedure enhances the flavor profile while also refining the texture, thus changing the chocolate. Cadbury's conching machines are designed to maintain a specific combination of temperature and agitation, ensuring that the chocolate develops a creamy, smooth consistency without becoming excessively thick. During this stage, subtle changes are made to the rate and length of conching in order to highlight the natural sweetness and balance the rich cocoa smells with the creamy milk. This allows any disagreeable bitterness to dissipate, leaving only the highly distinct flavor of Cadbury Dairy Milk. Tempering is the next crucial step, where the chocolate is precisely chilled and reheated to produce its ideal texture and shine. Tempering the chocolate to appropriate temperatures ensures the formation of stable cocoa butter crystals by a careful heating, cooling, and reheating process. This is what gives Cadbury Dairy Milk its glossy finish and the delightful snap for which it is known. Additionally, increasing the chocolate's melting resistance makes it perfect for handling and packing. Modern tempering machines use automated controls to accurately monitor temperature fluctuations and modify as needed to provide consistent output. Large-scale manufacturing is heavily reliant on this stage, as even tiny temperature changes can impair the quality of the chocolate. Before beginning molding, technicians visually and structurally test tempered chocolate for sheen, smoothness, and suitable crystal structure. The tempering method achieves a delicate balance between science and art. Cadbury uses sophisticated tempering technology to achieve a homogeneous crystalline structure in cocoa butter by properly managing temperature swings. This stage ensures that the chocolate melts precisely at body temperature, which improves the eating experience while also giving a glossy shine. The tempering procedure is particularly crucial for maintaining the chocolate's shelf stability, since it helps prevent problems such as blooming, which occurs when incorrect fat crystallization develops white streaks on the top. This method ensures that each Cadbury Dairy Milk bar tastes and looks great. Then, the tempered chocolate is poured into molds to create the recognizable Cadbury Dairy Milk bars. Then, under controlled cooling, automated systems ensure that the correct amount of chocolate required for each bar is filled into the molds. Vibrating tables are used to remove any trapped air bubbles, ensuring that each item has a flawless and consistent texture. The molds are then carried through chilling tunnels, where precisely controlled temperatures gradually harden the chocolate without affecting its sheen or texture once filled. The cooling process is controlled to avoid structural faults, such as uneven surfaces or fractures. This ensures a good polish for each bar that comes out of the molds. After the chocolate bars have cooled, robotic arms delicately remove them from the molds, and their quality is confirmed. Only the most aesthetically beautiful bars proceed. Any defects are melted down and recycled back into the manufacturing process to reduce waste. Every bar meets the company's strict specifications because Cadbury's molding process is meant for accuracy and speed. A thin layer of cocoa butter pre-treatment keeps the molds from adhering and increases the shine of the final product. Once loaded, the molds pass through vibrating conveyors that not only remove air bubbles, but also evenly distribute the chocolate, ensuring that every area of the bar is the correct thickness. Multiple temperature zones in the cooling tunnels help to reduce heat levels, preventing warping or cracking gradually. After cooling, the bars are gently removed from their molds, revealing the distinctive Cadbury symbol, which is precisely carved on each bar. After cooling, the Dairy Milk bars are wrapped in their recognizable packaging, ready to be enjoyed by chocolate aficionados all over. To begin, protective foil is utilized to keep the bar fresh and tasty. This begins the wrapping procedure. Over this, the famous purple Cadbury wrapper bears the instantly identifiable branding. High-speed wrapping equipment ensures that each bar is perfectly sealed, shielding it from light and moisture during shipping and storage. Once wrapped, the bars are packaged for shipping in boxes or cartons. Every package has vital information, such as batch numbers and expiration dates that can be traced back to it. Cartons are stacked on pallets and shrink-wrapped to ensure optimal stability during transit for mass delivery. At this point, quality control methods ensure consistency across all dairy milk bars supplied by ensuring that only the correct wrapped and sealed items leave the facility. The manner of packaging is as precise as the chocolate-making process. To preserve the taste and texture of each Cadbury Dairy Milk bar, they are first wrapped in aluminum foil that blocks light and air. To reflect Cadbury's commitment to sustainability, the recognizable purple wrapper is applied on top of biodegradable materials. Modern automated processes ensure a faultless presentation by checking each wrapper for alignment and sealing quality. Once packed, the bars are placed in boxes with shock-absorbing inserts to protect them throughout transit, ensuring that they arrive in pristine shape for chocolate lovers everywhere. Every Cadbury Dairy Milk bar, from cocoa farms to your hands, is evidence of skill, creativity, and a dedication to quality. Be aware that the creamy texture and rich taste of Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate are a result of a rigorous process that has been honed over decades. Next time you open one, it is a shared experience of delight, not just a chocolate bar. We appreciate you joining us behind the scenes to witness how Cadbury Dairy Milk is made. Please like, subscribe, and press the bell for more tasty insights into your favorite foods. Enjoy the pleasures of chocolate until next time.